For the simplification of things, we'll just say that, Dave, since you have a new friend now.
Yep. I was between the 3 different Duergar. I was able to piece together, a couple arms, a couple legs, and now I have a mushroom zombie.
His girlfriend from Canada.
Stinky.
Stinky.
What?
Stinkbeard.
Yeah, Stinkbeard.
I will protect Stinkbeard with my life.
You killed him.
Well,
that sort of makes him the father.
I mean, parts of him killed her or him.
But for the sake of making it easy on everybody, we'll just say that while you guys are taking your long rest, Sai catches up to you. Because I don't feel like dealing with split party out right off the bat. I'll wait for Paul to bring that up organically.
My headcanon is his little zombie. He just said he pieced them together from all these Duergar. It's the guy with 3 arms from the Futurama mutants.
Oh, yeah.
I'm short. I like to think of it as like a mini Baba Yaga house. Like the zombies just walking around with like a little meditation mushroom on the top, and Sai's just sitting there riding it.
Carrying like a palanquin or something.
Did one of us read out loud the Codicil of White page?
No, but I could if you want me to.
I could also do it, either
It's
way.
up to you, whatever you want.
Put it on the radio, Josh.
Is it written in Giant?
Yes, it would be in Giant.
Cool.
It
Which,
would be.
I speak.
But do you read?
Yes, I speak. It speaks to me, and I listen. I've successfully cast this spell. There's a bunch of magic bullshit on there.
Mm-hmm.
The green crystals, moss agates, were difficult to come by. My whale, my longtime friend and steed, has been given the gift of awakenment, and is now as intelligent as anyone I've ever met. He's named himself Angajuk, after me. He is a lovely friend, and I've enjoyed speaking with him about so many things. I've built a cabin near the shore of the Sea of Moving Ice, so that I can be near to him. As my skills grow, I feel the call away from the Ordning to Auril the Frost Maiden. This must be my great ancestor Helgrin felt so many generations ago. Tomorrow, Angajuk and I will take the Codicil of White to home to Grim Skal on the Isle of Solstice. It is my ancestral home and a consecrated place holy to Auril, where Helgrin worked his most powerful ritual. Signed, Anga, Helgrin's daughter, 1289 DR. Dur.
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 In the year of
1289. Dur.
In the year of Dur.
In the year of the Dominican Republic.
That would have been, I believe we identified that would have been like 200 years ago. And
Yes.
That island, we didn't actually ask about it, but I would assume it's probably in the Sea of Moving Ice.
Yes, that is a fair assumption. Number 7 on the map would be where the cabin is. There is a card for that if you want to put that to your
Put
stack
that
of
right
cards.
in my booty.
Sorry for my shit handwriting.
Angajuk's bail.
We're here to see Mr. Rangajuk.
About his extended car warranty.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask this, like, any of the runes on there, like, are those, like, specific or accurate to what they actually are, or is this just, like, gibberish? Okay, great.
I searched for magic glyph on Google and
Great.
put an image on the paper to make it look pretty.
Okay, because
So
I was just looking
don't
at the...
break your
It
head
looks
trying to
good.
figure it out.
That's good.
Well, no, because it was just like, I know what several of those runes are, and I was like, this could mean something, like...
If these don't look like genuine glyphs.
I honestly,
There are moon letters.
I struggled with putting in the description, don't bust your head over the glyphs. I just
Okay,
copied
great.
something from the internet, but I didn't know if it was going to be necessary, so I'm glad you got out of the way early.
They're cutting 9/11 the wide! Yeah.
So, you spend the night contemplating what you found underneath Jarlmut and gaining the benefits of a long rest. In the quote-unquote morning, you may catch glimpse of Sai coming out of the darkness with his new companion.
Spooky!
It's like one of us is out there, like, I'm out there, like, taking a piss, and I'm, like, looking at the
Is he
one,
carrying you through the snow? Or you're like, Mosh.
Yeah, why not?
It's a Duergar. They can carry a lot of weight. They're bigger than you.
Hell yeah, man, I don't need to walk if I don't have to.
That's right.
Hey guys, this is my buddy. His name's Stinky.
Hello, Sinky, and welcome back, Sai.
Welcome. I bet you just got all tied up. You didn't want to, check on your buddy. That's fine. So how did things go?
We received your note that you were going to catch up. We trusted your judgment in that regard.
Yeah.
We, got to meet some giant ghosts.
A giant goat? You mean like curses?
Yes, exactly like that.
Then there's a sound of a howl, and silhouetted against the full moon is a goat on the hill.
Nice.
I did not know that goats could howl. This is very interesting.
As Zev's thoughts immediately is turned back to civilization. And we have a home now as well. We were granted property in Bryn Shander by Speaker Devessa Shane. It's a sizable property.
Oh, like a party pad?
Yes, indeed, Sai.
Yes, what did we call the manor house?
Oh, this is so sweet.
The fuck palace.
I like that as well.
So if we're done catching up in Jarlmut, it's still about a day's travel away by dog sled. So what I would like is for everybody to give me perception rolls.
No.
On the way, Zev will say, by the way, we probably should address those invisible creatures we fought. Should one of you be a student of the art or arcane matters, I believe we should find a way to have defense against that. In particular, the Duergar will be using invisibility as a weapon against us. So we must find a way to pierce the veil without having to rely entirely upon Coos blood.
Perception roll.
6.
13.
10.
5.
12.
12.
We're on fire.
We're so intrigued by your story of what you did on the way here that we're not paying attention
We're
at
all
all.
distracted by Stinky and how stinky he is.
Oh God, jeez! Can't you bathe
You really
your
are
toys,
Stinky
dude?
I
Pete.
did, that's how I made him.
She'll just look at the zombie like, for once I am grateful for these relentless winds.
Sticky Fingers Paul Pantry.
So you have you're on the dog sled, right? And I suppose Nyantai is just sort of trotting alongside.
Yeah.
This dog sled, by the way, has got to be a pretty sizable thing because it's carrying 6 people plus Stinkbeard,
It's
the
like
dwarf.
a party bus.
Yeah, it's a mega sleigh.
I guess Stinkbeard can just jog alongside too. Probably like lags behind.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I should mention Zev has no problem with your necromancy because she's a drow. That's kind of a thing that...
If the thing's really weighted down and the dogs are getting tired, it might make sense to just go at a slower pace and have a couple people walk.
You could have this undead help move. They do not tire.
So you can have that one help Sai move. I guess it's just 5 of us, and the Nyantai can trot. That's not so bad.
So as the
It's a mushroom. It's mushroom-mancy, not necromancy. That's scary.
Excellent rebrand, Sai. I love it.
as the
Nice abomination. Good abomination.
as the day's travel sort of wears down towards the evening hours. All right, guys. Towards the evening hours, you've started. The dogs have started to tire quicker and quicker and quicker, and have to stop for more breaks. So, Koosblad makes a suggestion that maybe we slow the pace and have some people walk alongside. And as you're doing that, maybe distracted by the commotion of taking people off the sleigh, deciding who's, you're sort of caught off guard as you hear like a snuffling roar and a like the sound of footsteps crunching through the snow, and you're in this sort of like sub-foothill area where everything is, the mountains are sort of obscuring the moonlight, and everything's sort of like dark and in shadows more so than even in the out in the tundra. And pushing out through some evergreen trees is a snowy owlbear that's starting to sniff around the party. You're going at a slow pace, and he seems like he's maybe interested in intercepting you. He's going to get a surprise round because you guys botched your perception rolls. But who would be on the sled and who would be off the sled?
I would probably be in the captain's chair.
I'm sure I'd be on the sled. Zev does not like moving through this bullshit.
All right, I would say 3 probably on, 3 probably off for the sake of the
Probably
dogs.
off.
All right,
I can be off too.
you're off too,
Big guys.
Big guys.
Yeah.
Hooves probably makes you better.
and you're off. Are you off? Are you okay? And Sai's off
Yeah, I'll be carried by the mushroom man.
by the mushroom man. Okay.
Do you know the Mushroom Man?
I do.
Mushroom.
Intimately.
Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We took the biggest parts of each of the 3 and made the one out of it. Just only the big parts.
So Pavu.
Fucking of course.
All right, how much healing do you need?
38 points.
Yeah, it's like, can we just stitch Nicolaus' hand into my back at this point? Like,
Set up an IV.
Let's pull up the stat block here.
IV for bovine.
Oof. So this thing charges out of the underbrush.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, until he multi-attacks you. So the first one is a 25 to hit, which I imagine is going to hit. And he does 6 points of damage as he bites into your lower back.
Ow.
And then he swipes at you with a claw. And misses.
Great.
Is there a Mr. Claw?
All right, initiative.
Have the roaring thing? Do they have like a scary
12.
thing?
Ooh. Well, I just wasted a crit.
Okay, we'll assume you go first.
6.
All right, anybody above a 20? Even with the crit, you're not above a 20?
Oh, 22.
22, all right. 15 and 20?
15.
20 to the side. Owlbear. 10 to 15?
10.
12. That's right. 12.
It is time to
And
fight.
Mr. Nicolau?
I have a 1.
A 1?
Yes.
That's first. You go first. You're number 1. You're number 1.
You made the positives.
Sweetie Burgerman Jensen.
We are number 1.
Una, you react to probably the sound of Pavu bellowing out in pain as an owlbear has come out and bit him in the back.
Is that your owl call? Owl, owl, owl.
What? Owl exterminators. Yes, I intend to exterminate this owl by blasting it with Eldritch Blast.
I'd love to see it.
Oh, that's
Like it.
bad. That is an 11.
11 is insufficient. Came out of nowhere. Maybe you didn't have time to line up your shot. Anything else?
Are we still moving on the sleigh?
Yes.
Okay.
Until Kusa's turn comes up, he can't call a halt. So,
Okay. Cool.
and the
Nope.
dogs are probably interested in fucking off.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. If that's it, then Sai, it's your turn, and then the monster goes.
I will probably keep at range for now, so chill touch. It's a 1.
Okay.
Wowzers. Okie dokie.
All right. This owlbear wants to drag you back to its lair and eat you, so it's going to try and grapple you.
Jeez. Contested strength check. Or acrobatics if you so choose.
Yeah,
Okay.
either athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics or acrobatics. 11.
We're going to need a new Pavu.
12. It latches on where it bit you, and it's dragging you back into the trees. So you move back 20 feet. So you're now 20 feet screaming into the trees.
Owl alert! Owl alert!
We laugh, but I do want you to picture that, you're traveling in the darkness, and then a giant-sized monster came out of the trees, bit your friend on the back, and started dragging them into the trees.
The biggest member of our party.
Yeah. Well,
That sucks.
you guys are probably neck and neck. Yeah, okay.
Necking.
Yeah. Zev, it's your turn, then Kuzbalad's on deck.
Well, we're still driving, so seeing this happen, I'm going to have to take a shot with a short bow.
Okay.
And I will use my... Let's see, so Pavu hasn't gone yet.
Right.
I'd like Pavu to get out of there, so I'm going to... Is he 30 feet, within 30 feet of me?
Probably, yeah.
I'll use my mastermind bonus action to give you advantage, or to give you the help action. And take a shot. And I crit fail.
Oof.
I have to
To back crit fails.
my bowstring breaks, and I must restring it.
Huh. See, I'm giving you this random encounter combat first, so you can get all your crap rolls out of the way.
Clearly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Clean slate. Clean
Zev,
slate.
anything else for you before we move on to Kus?
I can't move anywhere since I'm moving, so yeah, I'm on slice. Go ahead.
All right, Kus, then Pavu.
All right, so it's an action to stop the sled?
Yes.
All right.
Well, yeah, I'll say yeah.
Yeah. All right, so as an action to stop the sled, and I yell them to the dogs to halt and start calming them down. And I'm like, Niantai, go deal with this problem. And Niantai's going to go charge the owlbear.
All right.
Owlbear's like 2 snacks.
Pretty much,
An
yeah.
appetizer.
12?
No.
Okay.
Way
cool.
Sweet. Anything else for Kus?
I don't think we've seen anything above a 12.
That's all I got.
Pavu, your turn, then Nicola.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to punch this thing
Okay.
over my shoulder, just like, whoop.
You have advantage on this first attack.
So I will do that. 1 is a crit fail, and 1 is a 4.
Dude, what's going on?
Wow.
I got bit in the back. That's okay. I have an extra attack, so I'm gonna roll again. That is somehow even 15.
15 hits.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god, it happened!
Oh, Lord.
Okay, shit. Okay, so I'm going to hit it with, it's a D6. There we go. And I'm going to try to attempt to stunning strike it.
Okay.
I do 4 plus 3 damage, so I do 7 damage, and con save, please.
You got it. 21.
Well.
This owlbear is going to wreck your whole party.
Yeah.
Not if we just feed it Pavu.
Anything else for Pavu?
No.
All right. Nicolau, then Una.
What is after me? Or...
I'm first.
Oh,
You're
did
last.
you already go?
I already went.
Oh, okay. I thought we missed you. That's why I was...
No, I missed.
Yeah, no, she missed the owlbear.
So, I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith on myself.
All right.
And then I'm going to grab my quarterstaff and whack this thing, all the while yelling, I just put that one back together! That's going to be 22.
22 hits.
Oh my god. Wait a minute, the only person who can roll dice is Paul?
That's 8 points of bludgeoning.
Ooh, all right.
2023 is fucked.
Now we're talking.
We waited until the end of the order to get good.
Yeah, good. Anything else for Nicolau? Are you good?
Yeah.
All right, Una, it's your turn then, Sai.
All right, let's try this again. No, that's a 12. Boo.
12 was not going to do it.
No, that's fucking A. Oh, do I roll for each beam or is it?
Each beam.
Oh. Well, let's try again.
Beam
Are you high enough level for multiple beams?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes!
There it is. Crit. Finally.
Finally.
Now we've gone the other way and I'm wasting all your crits.
Yeah, right?
Far out.
That is 8 and 4, so 12 points of damage.
All right.
70 more to go.
All right. It is, it's its turn and then it's Zev's turn. It has had about enough of this bullshit. It's going to make a couple attacks against... What's that? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I skipped right over you, dude. Go ahead. Do your thing.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Thorn Whip.
Whippy dippy.
He's now 2d6.
Sword whip.
Gee whiz.
9, 10, 12, 13 points of damage, and it's
Okay.
pulled 10 feet towards
you.
Towards the party.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have
So is Pavu because they're rabble.
With me in its mouth.
Yeah.
and then
But it feels great.
But you're not disappearing into its lair.
Yeah.
correct. And zombie can only move 20 feet, so probably can't get to it yet.
Oh, no, it definitely can.
Okay, so then its attack. 19.
Yep.
And then its claw bite is just
Stinky's gonna win the day.
4 damage.
Okay.
Why are all of our companions better than us?
Because they don't have to roll as many dice.
Is that it for Sai?
Yep.
All right. Now the monster's pissed off at the zombie now.
Con save for it.
Okay.
Because he stinks.
No, because of Sai spores, I think, right?
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Yeah, it lets go of Pavu. Clearly knowing that it's bit off more than it can chew, literally. And it's going to double attack the zombie. And then it's going to make a break for it. Beak will be 17.
Oh, yeah.
Claws will be 18. So
Having a zombie was cool, huh?
the zombie takes 15 plus 14. So, yeah, 29 points of damage. It runs.
And the rest of us feel relief.
The owlbear turns to flee into the woods. Pavu would get an attack of opportunity if he wants to take it.
Fuck up that owlbear.
I'm next to him.
Oh yes, you know what? You as well. You all may take attacks of opportunity.
13.
Butthole
13
dice!
hits.
Don't even.
Okay.
21.
21 definitely hits. Go ahead and do damage.
4.
9.
All right, so 13 total.
Put them in the freezer.
This thing is very heavily injured and is limping away into the woods, but still alive. You can choose to pursue it or just let it go lick its wounds.
I'll go fuck itself now.
What's that?
Niantai wants one more bite at it.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell him to, but he's going to do it on his own.
All right.
So with a charge, that's 21.
That's
21
some
hits.
meta crazy shit right there.
For another 18 points.
That kills it.
Cool. Yeah, Niantai's had enough of this shit.
The goat saves the day.
You can see now that it's dead. You can see the path that it took. Clearly, you were within its hunting, grounds. But now looking at the corpse of this creature, it's clear that this thing is it's thin. It's still strong and big, but it hasn't been eating as much as an owlbear normally would. You can see from the tracks in the snow where it came out of, and the broken branches, the stuff that you would notice on the trees. You could probably backtrack this thing to its lair if you wanted to see where it came from.
I like the idea of Niantai coming back like kind of out of the dark of the woods after chasing this thing down and going, pooh, and a bunch of feathers fly out of it.
You said it, and so it is done.
Just a goat covered in blood and feathers.
Are you all right, Pavu?
Oh, never better.
Shall
Just a little bite. He's
Very
fine.
good.
Love bite, they say.
Shall we take a skin or trophy off this thing, as is customary of these parts?
Added weight? No, thank you.
Or the meat?
I want to take a... Well, I don't know if that's edible. I guess I'll do a survival check to see if it's edible.
Tastes like chicken.
Kind of a
Take
terrible
its
roll.
carcass back and sell it in Owl
13.
City.
13 will tell you that, all meat is generally edible, but this is a predator that's been feeding on whatever it can find. The meat would probably be tasteless, and there's very little of it.
Yeah.
Especially orcs.
Not very nutritious.
That's me.
So I will strongly cast a vote against that. We have plenty of provisions. We don't need to carry around wet meat from a creature that's not going to be beneficial to us.
It probably has trichinosis. It is port berry. It's not good to eat.
Also,
You got a face full of size spores as well.
faithful size spores, carrying it around when it's wet, having to butcher it.
Trip
It
your
smells
balls
like
off.
meat, so if any other predators in the area, it's all bad. From
Then
start
let
to
us
finish.
ride.
Yeah, leave it here so the
The only other
predators
thing I
come
want
eat
to check is, are there any footprints of people nearby, like any passerby that might have gotten dragged away to the lair already?
That would be a separate roll.
Okay.
Survival's fine.
28.
28 is sufficient to tell you that you don't see any boot prints in the most fresh layer of snow. It snows off and on every couple of days. You can tell that within the past 48 hours, it's unlikely that anybody has been dragged off to be eaten.
There's no, Luke Skywalker in the ceiling anywhere.
That was my only fear. Yeah, that some passerby had gotten murderated by.
That's in the wildlands near the path where you're traveling. You haven't gone back to the lair or anything. You don't know what would be back there. That would be a separate
but
side.
it's enough for me to know that nobody's been pulled off the main road.
Yeah.
If you wander into the woods by yourself, you deserve what you get.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
So I am so sorry about your abomination, but let's hit the trail. Load up the sleigh.
Zeb will pat you on the back. There will be other Duergars to reanimate.
I don't need Duergars, man.
There's plenty of bodies in the ground.
That is a comforting thought.
All right. So that was your one random encounter. So comfortable that the threat of the owlbear has been permanently dealt with. The dogs take their last rest of the day, and then as you get into the foothills, a full day of travel is behind you. You feel like you are very close to Korkalok. It is the sleep cycle for most nocturnal or diurnal creatures, so this would be when you would normally be going to sleep. So I would probably be able to tell you most goblins probably are nocturnal, right?
Yep.
So they might be awake.
And fucking.
Straight fucking.
Stay warm, baby.
It is up to you if you want to try and make camp and go there during the day when you're awake, or force yourself to stay up late tonight to deal with the goblins on their terms.
If we want to pull off the main drag, set up a campsite, and I will ask the spirits to watch over us so we don't get interrupted in the night. I mean, I ask politely. I don't know if they're going to say yes.
I mean, long rest, short rest, whatever we want to do. Either one would get me a key point back and probably enough hit die to...
I mean, mechanically, it's going to be a short rest because the long rests are only going to be in civilized places where Ryan says we get one, but also it's more about just sleeping so we don't get exhaustion.
Yep. Yep, that would be the trade-off, is you can go tonight when the goblins are going to be awake and active, but you would be risking a level of exhaustion if you don't take a break.
Let's just take a nap.
So when we get there, I'll cast Alarm.
Okay.
And I will alarm our campsite.
All right.
I was going to say, Sai and I are probably the exceptions to this.
Yep.
Can I roll a hit die for short resting?
Yeah, you can regain a short rest.
Yeah, you can spend hit dice. You don't
As
get
many
anything
as you
else back.
want during a short rest.
She would get her spells back if she spent it.
I don't have spells. I have punch.
Pointing at her.
Oh, sorry.
You're a he. Pavu's a dude.
Yes.
He's got a big old dick.
Last time we checked.
Well,
You swing mad.
It's cold out here.
yeah. I was in the pool!
It's shrink up inside for protection. Okay.
I was in the pool, Jerry!
Let's do 2 because we don't short rest off. Yeah, there we go. Max out. Should roll that one first. Oh well.
Oh, while we're breaking them. So then, how shall we approach this?
Well, they know about us, right? Didn't we talk to them? Or was that a boon?
I had been in touch with one of them, their leader, Yardnock, to deliver this letter in the first place. Since they probably expect me, and if we want to handle this through, well, speaking rather than brawn, I can of course take the lead in speaking with them.
And while I'm setting up the alarm spell and putting the campsite together, I'll call out over my shoulder. We also believe that they might be under duress.
The goblins?
Or at least Yardnock.
I'll try to get a word with him in private. Go ahead, Nicola.
Well, don't we also think that there's somebody else really in charge, right? Is this the one with the note and that was a nice penmanship and all that?
Somebody wrote the letter.
Oh, that's right. That we think the captive wrote that letter.
Yeah. I have a feeling that the gnome is involved in one of their captives, and is the one who penned the letter.
And also, as a reminder, you did, while you were doing a chore for Bryn Shander, you met another goblin named Irzabai, who you sort of made a backhanded deal with to...
She wants to go back to the old goblin ways of fucking shit up. She wants goblin mode.
Yeah. She wants to go goblin
She wants to go full goblin mode.
Wants to go full goblin, man. There's no coming back.
Eat cheese standing in front of the open refrigerator at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Dick out, living life.
That's right.
It sounds like...
Why are there shelves in your refrigerator if you're not supposed to put your dick on it? They put them at dick height.
That's great.
Is that why the butter has a dent in it?
No, that's for a different reason.
You can apply that to so many things, Ben. I love it.
I do.
Apply directly.
I love this table, by the way.
Yes.
So Yardnocker, Yardnob.
So you have a plan to approach and be diplomatic? Is that what I'm hearing?
I think we should work out contingency plans.
Diplomacy.
I think that in order to present a front that they can appreciate, Sai and perhaps Pavu should come with me. That way it appears that I have one of their kind with me.
Dignitaries.
Exactly, and of course you.
The beef.
To appear.
On the saddle.
Take damage.
To appear quite truthfully, to be a bodyguard to us. And perhaps even to show that we have won the respect of Goliath tribes.
Yes.
And of course, and Nicolau, you should watch over these two as they will be in danger and they may be in need of your healing. Kus and Una, if you are up for it, we will require some interference, or at least some eyes on the goblins to see that they're not doing, well, what goblins do.
My expectations, Zev, would be that you would be in substantially more danger, and that Nikolau's services would be better put to use nearby you. I hardly think that having a Minotaur in your midst is going to make your front look any less appealing to them.
I can make a quick escape. And besides, you've seen
the other guys.
Sa'll die horribly.
You've seen my command over darkness. It is always a veritable smoke bomb that I can use if need be. Besides, I do have contacts. If Yardnock turns coat, Irzabai may be on my side, but still they are how to put this? They are a goblin tribe that are likely stuck in their old ways, and thus we cannot entirely rely upon them. Not enlightened like you, Sai.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your efforts to get through to them with words. Just be prepared that it probably will come to blows.
Yes, that is why I do request that the three of you maintain some sort of perimeter. A watch over them.
I can send out my fungal friend.
In fact, You have another fungi friend?
Yeah.
Well, dragon, right?
The fungi bunch.
Oh yeah, no, you're familiar, right? You're right. I forgot about him. I thought you were talking about.
and Greg.
I thought you made a Stinky 2.0.
No, yeah. Stinky, then have fungi friends.
Of course. And
Simon's
it is
the hero of this campaign.
It is good that we use their symbol. They tend to hide their numbers, and so should they. If we appear to be as more vulnerable, if they think they outnumber me, and they do not negotiate in good faith, then I have the numbers hidden.
Would we like to perhaps pass in a way that is perhaps without trace into the place? Because I can do this.
And would you like a pack animal to carry your belongings? And I look at Nyanthai, and Nyanthai looks at me and goes, I don't want to carry anything in there. You're gonna goat.
If you can be relied upon.
You don't trust that flea bag?
We should perhaps travel light.
Nyantai doesn't have fleas. It's too cold to have fleas.
Parasites.
It's flea.
It's worms.
Yeah, buttworms.
In addition, our mission statement is what exactly? I am going to speak with them to let them know that Duvessa Shane has sent me as a delegate. That not all the 10 towns are on board necessarily. That I would personally like to know more about their demands and what they seek, and I would use this opportunity to get more information as to what they hold, why they are suing for peace, and if they are currently holding any captives. What else? What other points would you like me to probe into?
So do we know who we think the captive is who wrote the help me note?
No, we only have the description of him.
Zev believes that it's the gnome.
That's a theory.
But that's...
a game theory.
A theory.
It does kind of feel like pulling at straws because we have no corroborating evidence. That's the fact that's just a hunch.
Is there anybody else in our little past that's missing that we've been tasked to find?
Not that I can think of.
The only other thing I could think of, because I truly do not believe Yardnock penned the letter himself, is that he may be possessed by some sort of spirit, much in the same way that Janth had been leaping from body to body.
Not psyched about that.
Nor am I, but it is good to know what we're dealing with.
It seems honestly quite likely. There's been a number of things that we've encountered so far that possess the mind of those who are still alive.
I think that my objective will be to get Yardnock in private company, so that I may discern exactly what's going on to see if he is the one that requires help.
Pardon me if we've already answered this question already. Do we think that the person who actually penned this note, did it at the behest of Yarbnock, or do you think that, they have no idea that we're actually coming? Did he, send this out, or do we think that,
Whoever wrote it had to obscure that they were asking for help.
Okay.
So interpret from that whatever you want. We have no corroborating evidence at all, besides the fact that the note says "help me" if you read it top to bottom.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't know if it was something where we were going to walk in and
we
they're
have nothing. We have nothing to go on other than that.
Okay.
But Earsby, who is the goblin who wants to go back to the old goblin ways, is at loggerheads with Yarbnock. Am I remembering that?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Yarbnock
she does not like Yarbnock.
does seem to want to sue for peace.
Or at least told her that.
Or at least told her that.
Yeah. All right, so we have kind of a plan.
Do you want the familiar to go back in case goblins hit the fan?
Yeah, I think we need to maintain it. We need to make sure they don't surround us, which is why I'm asking for the perimeter. Because if they get the drop on us in any way, then a lot of goblins...
We're going to have to ad-lib a lot because we don't even know what we're walking into. It could be like an entire city where you get walked in past guards. So, let's not over-prepare. I don't want to do that.
I'm just establishing objectives going in because I don't want us to show up and they'll be like, we're here now?
Yeah.
Shit.
Do we think a front guard and a rear guard might be an appropriate thing? Not to split the party.
Well, so Zev wants to split the party anyway because it's supposed to be this presentation that we're less than we are and have somebody behind to cover our escape if it needs to escape or whatever, which is fine. I'm on board with that. Question for DM. You asked me a long time ago to keep track of provisions.
Mm-hmm.
How many days has it been since we left East Haven?
Since you left East Haven? This will be you're going into the night of the 4th day.
Because I don't think we stopped for provisions when we stopped at Rinshander. We just stopped and went.
Did we give you all of our, the 10-day ration, pack thing? Or
no, I assume you're carrying them all on your person, but I'm keeping track of it because it's minutia and it's annoying, and it's easier if one person does it who's okay with minutia that's annoying.
I did my I did request in the city, I think, that we buy everything that we to make us not feel stupid later.
You did say that. So you have ample provisions to the way I'm going to adjudicate this is you have ample provisions to get wherever you're going and wherever however long it takes back, plus like 1 extra or maybe 2 extra days if it's a long journey.
You're just making sure you're tracking
not,
right?
Yeah. But if you get wrapped up in too many side tracks, or if something bad happens and you get stuck out in the cold, that's when we're going to start worrying about it. So,
big soul coins vibes, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of provisions.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Yeah, how am I doing?
Hungry?
Why wait? Grab Dad.
I still have my little part of a balanced breakfast.
Yeah, your jerky pouch is feeling a little skimpy lately. And may need to be refilled, soon.
Talk to your doctor if your jerky pouch is skimpy.
Dave appreciates my humor.
Yeah, you miss your family.
Oh, beef jerky, just like Mom used to make.
Just like Mom used to make.
I have a story that really hits you in the jerky pouch.
I'm 14, okay? My jerky pouches are very small. They're developed.
To my knowledge, it is not supposed to have the texture of jerky, so you might want to get that checked out.
That's what happens when you sleep on your side. Call back. All right. So the plan is to at least have part of the party approach up front, not sneaking around, right? That's what I'm getting?
I'm trying to anticipate, too, with the goblins asking, what the hell we're doing here. Or, being angry that the 10 towns haven't all responded, or that these peace talks may not be happening. So I'm just preparing my responses to that.
Roger that.
And the through line is, how can we help you?
Gotcha. So who is going up front and who is being a hidey sneaky boy?
I'm Team Sneaky Boy.
I'm Team Sneaky Lady.
I think I'm also Team Sneaky Boy because I can cast.
No, I think you're with him.
Oh, am I with
If
him?
you need to be reassigned, and
Yeah, let's take the Minotaur and she can do pass without trace for them.
Yeah.
I feel like the team sneak around would be more, ironically, be more exposed because we'd be in a position of diplomacy talks, but you guys would be on the outside where anything could happen.
If anybody's going to get completely dump trucked in one round, it's not going to be the Sneaky Boys, it's going to be you two, so you should take the healer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was all prepared to hide, and he's got a stick, and he's going
Also,
that's
her whole character is a shadow dude.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
You have Stealthy Boy.
Oh, just wait until 6th level when I get fucking Kurt Wagner powers.
So we got the sneakers and the fuck me pumps?
Yep.
All right.
And plus, Minotaurs are known as a monstrous race, so this will probably look better to them.
That was my pitch earlier, too.
Always playing the race card.
Couple things administratively before we go in there. We're going to have to put the dog sled somewhere off the side of the road.
That was going to be my next question.
So I will park it somewhere that's out of the way and cast alarm around it. And then the other thing is I'm going to get on my spoon.
Yep.
And I'm going to hover a few feet off the ground so I don't leave any footprints.
Cool. All right. Well, I mean, if she's going to do pass without trace, you wouldn't anyway.
Now she can pass without trace the goat.
Oh, fair. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Not that I
can pass without trace anybody within a 10-foot radius of me.
Oh, well.
So
pass without trace me anyway, but I'm still going to be on a stick.
Yeah, anybody who is within, shoulder bumping distance of me is covered.
All right.
So as the overt team starts to approach, this is what you're looking at.
Those are some skulls.
Yep. This is the fortress of Corkaloak. You can see it's sort of perched at the edge of this cliff face, and this just extends down to what is essentially just a bottomless pit for all intents and purposes.
Biggest, dickest manor.
You have the spiked wooden palisade-style walls with a gate up front. These little towers here, those are guard towers, and as you approach, you can see that there are 3 or 4 goblins apiece in each tower, all armed with short bows, that are watching you approach. They don't see, obviously, Team Sneak. They see the overt team. That's the one they're paying attention to. And as you get close enough, one of them fires sort of a warning shot arrow that skips wildly, off the path, 30 or 40 feet ahead of you and comes to rest, at your feet. And they start calling out to you in Goblin, demanding who you are and why you're here. Turn away or you'll be shot.
Okay.
Are all goblin fortresses so phallic?
Well, pretty much. We like penises. Big ones.
So it's probably a thrill to hear you guys hear
movie.
and watch Zev speaking in Goblin. Because she's uncomfortable speaking it. It's very clear. And it's kind of, I imagine kind of being like 3PO speaking Ewok. Just like very very stilted and dignified, but speaking in a primitive language.
Chabusa wusa.
Oh, so like speaking French.
Nice.
So actually, it's
Bonjour,
within
merde.
30 feet of me. So if y'all don't want to be right up on me, that's like if you want to respect my personal space, that's fine.
I don't.
So I will adopt a shitty Cockney accent for the Goblin speak.
Fair enough.
Hello, you lot. We have come as dignitaries, right, from the 10 towns and Bryn Shanda.
Okay, Eliza.
We left England and went across the pond to Australia by the end.
I would make it scummier.
Yeah.
As scummy as possible.
Arnar.
Well, goblins do
No.
like penises, so, Dick Van Dyke.
And I think that's just the Drow accent seeping in because she can't go full Cockney.
Well, from now on, goblins are Australians, so that's how we're doing.
What have I done?
Boy, fucking cunts.
My cunt!
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like hello, cunt. and this here's my posse. We've come to see your leader, Yarbnock, to talk about them fucking peace talks, yeah?
When you say Yarbnock, there is a meeting of the minds in the archery tower there. And,
He's the one what set me, yeah?
and I can't do an Australian accent.
Just go, nar.
He'll call back down to you and he'll say, "How many of there are you?"
How many you count, knobhead? That's a polite way of referring
That's
to
how
it.
they say hi in their culture.
Well, she's doing great. I'm turned on right now.
I see 3. If I see 4, then 0 come in.
Well, I can see you've done your maths. You're a smart kid, ain't you? So, with that out the way, open them gates, yes?
And he
We
calls.
make talk.
He calls to the next tower in line there, and you hear him say, "Guess for Yarbnock," and the gate starts to creak open.
I'm imagining Yarbnock sounds like going to it. Mom, my name's Yarbnock. I'm pretty much in charge around here.
As you approach the main gate,
Welcome to my phallic tower.
as you approach the main gate, a fiery brazier casts its flickering light on the 30-foot high spiked ramparts that frame the main gate. 4 goblins peer down from these ramparts, 2 per side. The gate is 20 feet tall and fashioned out of cross-hatched pieces of wood that have been lashed together. Heavy chain and padlock seals the gate from the inside, which is now standing open.
Okay.
I would, from the party that's seeing all this,
Sneaker party?
yeah, the sneaky party's probably not close. The overt party can make some rolls about probably either history, anything that would tell you something about goblins and their ways.
Hey, double digits in history. That's pretty good. That's gonna be a 19 for me.
All right,
Will you let me do insight?
sure.
Sorry,
You a goblin?
Yeah, should you roll with advantage because
18?
you're a goblin?
Do I get to roll with advantage?
Yeah, I'll give you an extra roll. Why not?
Thank you. That isn't better.
It's marginally
What was the
better.
total?
13.
13. All right.
Knowing things is not your strong suit.
All right. So Zev, you notice that a lot of these things, the padlock, the chain, even the crosshatch pieces of wood, are fairly advanced for goblin construction. Clearly crude, clearly made by goblins, but not bad as far as goblin stuff goes.
Oh, coming up in the world. Look at you fuckins.
With a good insight
You
check from
fucking-
Nicolau,
Yeah, you fuckers. I meant
you
to
see
say.
that you have the 4 goblins on top of the ramparts, 2 per side, right? And on the right side, one of them's looking down at you and is whispering to his buddy, and his buddy starts to slink off the ramparts down to whatever back hallway that feeds this top level. Clearly, they're having a conversation about them and keeping an eye on you. There's something surreptitious going on.
Yeah, sure, I'll go check the back.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for Yurzabai while I'm here. By the way.
All right, you don't see her yet.
Or that fucking traveling polar bear engine that she had.
Yep. That you do see. That is standing. It doesn't have its polar bear pack animals tethered to it. Okay. It's standing unmanned, sort of like off to the side. You can see the wheel tracks in the snow where it usually gets wheeled out through the front gate, but it's clearly parked at the moment.
Indicating she's probably here.
Yep.
I'll whisper that to my companions.
What is Team Sneaker doing while we're doing this?
Seeing in this picture that there is a raised cliff face near the guard towers.
Yes.
Maybe getting on top of that cliff face so we can get a decent view without getting spotted by towers.
All right. With Pass Without Trace, you get a pretty hefty bonus to your stealth. Why don't we start with that?
Plus 10.
Ooh, that was necessary.
28.
That's pretty fucking good.
22 for me.
That's good, too.
And 31 for Nyantai.
16 for me.
16 is not bad.
Still good against goblins.
Yeah. All right, and now there's going to be a athletics check involved on scrambling up that cliff face. Nyantai can make it.
He could just walk up there
fairly easily.
We did this earlier where we kind of give him a rope and then...
Yeah, and now we'll allow the rest of you to do it with advantage. Yeah. Nyantai will be giving you the help action by holding a rope.
I hope I got...
Fuck.
13. I hope my goblin list
13 for me, too.
Proves useful.
11. I rolled 2 8s.
What did you get?
We both had 13s.
13s? It's not great. So you're able to scramble up the cliff face, but it is it's a tougher climb than it looks, and a lot of the rocky shale surface is just loose and skitters down onto the path. You have a pretty good stealth, so you feel like you weren't spotted, but you're not sure the commotion will go unspotted. But at least for the time being, you're able to scramble up on top of the cliff face up here and get a peek over the walls. And from there you can see there's this wooden platform that sort of extends off the back. All of this is freestanding construction. And actually the interesting thing you see here is that there appears to be some sort of construct or golem, like a 8 to 10 feet suit of armor without a head that's sort of being held aloft on a crane.
That seems good.
And there's no goblin activity hanging around there. This seems to just be like got an unused back part. They're not expecting anybody to come up this way.
Just in case the Hulk shows up, they have their Hulk buster.
Sorry, we found some new parts for you.
That looks good. Give me that.
All right, Team Sneak. I'm sorry, Team Diplomat.
Team Dip.
Team High Heels.
Dip.
Team Dip.
You proceed through the main gate, and you can see now that there are goblins of, different castes of goblin society, like the warriors, the raiders, that are all out either on the ramparts with short bows, or they're, standing in front of doors to keep you from deviating from your path with crooked short swords and daggers. But there's also, like, the goblin civilians, the women, and the young goblinoids that are more curious and non-combatants, and they're peeking out, too.
I let them take in my full resplendence.
Women! And the
I've got
children,
a bad
too!
feeling about this, and I will give you guidance for your next fucking buttering them up roll.
And as you
go through this, we've been through worse.
As you proceed into the courtyard, 2 rickety wooden bridges loom over this area at the height of 30 and 50 feet, respectively. The higher bridge is missing a large section of its middle, and what remains of the structure doesn't look safe. 2 iron cages hang from beams that extend southeast off the lower bridge. One of the cages twirls on its heavy iron chain as a flurry of black-feathered ravens tear into the flesh of the desolate creature caged within. Underneath the bridge is a warg with a rider on its back. The rider, swathed in cold weather clothing, appears to be a rather fat goblin. North and west of the higher bridge, resting in the snow, are 3 large wooden cages currently empty.
Where you guys are going to go?
Yeah. That's for us. When you're small, you can eke through the bars, right?
I thought you said eat the bars.
Just eat the bars in there.
Yeah, they're made of bones. They should be a little like jerky.
And the warg rider, the fat goblin on the back of the warg, rears his mount towards you, and it starts to snarl in your general direction, and he makes a show of, bringing it to heel. And then he sort of snarls at you and says, "Oi! Who's that there that wants to talk to Yarbnock?"
Oh, I can't. The name's Xavier Faybranch. You got yourselves a fancy diplomat because you're just that good a fucking tribe, ain't ya? And these are my two cohorts. This here's Sai, and this here's Nicolau. Some of the roughest fighters in this place.
Moo.
You can just smell the stink of battle in this one, among the many other stinks. And what's your name, mate?
Oi! They call me Snubsuck.
Check, please.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Why do they call you that?
Yeah, I want to know the story of Snubsuck. Can you pause the game to just talk about Snubsuck?
All right.
And he says,
aside from keeping beasties under your control, what do you do, Mr. Snobsnock here?
I'm the master of this here courtyard and the beasts that we keep inside it. And he gestures to a cage that you had not yet seen before, where the two polar bears that are clearly the ones that were pulling the war wagon when you saw it, they're caged up, and then there's some more wolves that are like in a kennel style pen. And they call me Snubsuck the Beastmaster, they do.
Oh, that's a rip snorter of a good job you done there, mate. So, take it you know Yearsaby then.
And with that, there's a little bit of commotion off to the sides, people chittering, and more goblins come out, and then with a good perception roll from you three.
Yeah,
you three.
20.
Not you, Kate.
Oh, not us. Sorry.
Never mind. Not us. We're not.
You said and you three.
We're not perceptoids.
13 for me.
13. What'd you get?
I got a 20.
20. Okay. And Sai?
16.
16. You guys do now see, where the goblin warriors are starting to gather in places, little pods here and there of goblin raiders. You do see Yearsaby with her. She had a falcon, if you remember. She was a falconer, and you can spot her because the falcon is now perched on her shoulder, and she's sort of standing amongst her cohorts, the goblins that you didn't kill when you encountered them on the road. And Snubsuck looks at Yearsaby, now making an appearance in the crowd, and looks at you and says, "Are you here to see Yearsaby or Yarbnock?"
I'll make friends all over the place, don't I? We came here for Yarbnock, but I know Yearsaby, and now I know you. What can I say? I've got a talent. And she just smiles at him, like, of course I'm friends with all of your tribe.
I'm crying about this whole Eliza Doolittle act that's going on right now.
Who's that?
My Fair Lady.
Oh.
Gal!
Never seen it. Can I roll insight to see exactly why there's this commotion's happening? Mm-hmm. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, there's clearly like a knowing look between Yearsaby and Snubsuck.
Love that Snubsuck.
And
suck my snub.
And it's with a good insight check like that, you can sort of see like this is the sort of like here we go. We're ready to start some shit kind of thing.
As in with us?
Yeah, you can't tell what that is.
Okay, but they're
you could tell they're sort of like giving wicked grins and making eyes.
Okay.
Well, then I'll just keep. I'll just maintain my dignified poise.
Zeph, I think they want to bang.
Snubsuck will wheel his.
Then, aren't I?
He'll wheel his mount around and say, "All right, then follow me to Yarbnock."
I'm gonna see if he intends to leave me there with an insight check.
Another one, sure. Yeah.
10. I mean 11.
Yep.
Can I insight all the other dudes?
Yeah.
See if they're like ready to pounce or do fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible roll.
Okay.
It's like a 9. I don't know. I forgot what my thing is here. 14.
14. You can see that there are goblins that look like they are more ready to start shit than others, but they're not looking at you so much as they're looking at each other.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
It's about to be a goblin.
Let's spread some hot goss!
Hot gobs.
Hot
In your area.
The gobsip.
Tap down to see Gobdon.
So,
and that's it. We chase Paul away.
with his offer to lead, Zev will say, "You know, if it's a bother, you could just point me in the right direction and we'll go there."
And he doesn't acknowledge that. He rides you to.
He rides me. I know.
He actually brings you. So this bridge. I told you there's two bridges that sort of extend on the top of the courtyard. The one that's 30 feet up seems fine. The one that's 50 feet up is now collapsed in the middle and actually forms two ramps that go up to walkways on either side of the fortress. And he brings you to the one that's more on the eastern side, and he sort of like hitches his wolf to like a hitch post there and starts walking you up this ramp onto the walkway.
Okay.
And he goes, now that you're out of earshot of a lot of the other goblins, here's what I said to be ready for you. We'll be ready to go on your say.
Okay.
Thanks, music.
Yo, I was just gonna say.
I got my goblin music. So yeah. She'll turn him in. Gonna make appearances though. Don't. So you just sit tight. Keep the boys and girls ready, and I'll let you know how things turn out, yeah?
Alright. Team Sneak. As they get to the top of the ramp, you can now see them. You have eyes on. They are taking this ramp up to a walkway that feeds the platform where you can see this construct on the crane. They are probably still a good 80 to 100 feet away from you, but, the fortress is well lit with fiery braziers all over the place, so you could make pretty good eye contact with them.
Two things that I almost forgot.
Okay.
One, detect magic.
Yeah.
But also, I want a quick question for Snobsuck.
Mm-hmm.
But before I do, what's the situation? How many's he's got, and how many's you's got?
On a good day, it's 50-50. But we ain't eating, so it's not a good day.
We should put that out there.
Alright. So Team Sneak, what are you doing?
Out of it. What are we doing?
So we are about 80 feet away from them.
Yep.
We can see them.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach them from the moon.
Yes.
So if it comes to it, you can reach them from the moon. You can't.
No.
How much do you weigh?
That's rude.
Alright, Fatty. I wasn't criticizing.
It's muscle
How much
weight.
do you weigh?
I don't know. I gotta say Pavu's probably like a tight 250, 300. He's 7.5 feet tall.
He's muscular,
but he's
lean.
lean. He's like tight lean. He's like dense muscle.
So tight.
The tightest fucking asshole you've ever met.
I cannot help you. You are too fat.
You fucking make diamonds in that booty hole.
My spoon can carry up to 400 pounds, but I need to be honest.
Ass Kegels.
So you're too fat.
Wait,
Sorry.
are we gonna ride your spoon together like a fucking witch's broom? Like
You could make trips.
No, because I need to be on it, and me and Pavu is more than the weight capacity of the spoon.
Gotcha.
how fucking fat are you, Goospalad?
150 pounds of sinew.
I'm probably like. Well, if we say
You are a skinny
250.
motherfucker.
Listen, I lie when I go to the doctors. I say I'm 250, so it's probably fine. We could lie to your spoon.
I don't think the spoon's gonna buy it. I've had an easier
Can we
time,
roll a deception check on the spoon? I got
Alright,
+3.
an easier time carrying Niantai on the spoon. So I can get there if I'm needed. Niantai could just climb the fucking walls because I don't know why he's magic, I guess.
I mean, my
you're on
speed
your
is
own.
speed is 40, so like I can go pretty
Getting
far.
in is the walls.
Yeah,
so.
they're 20-foot walls.
I could step of the wind.
Doesn't that just make you run faster?
Triples your jump distance.
Yeah.
Launch
Okay.
yourself.
All right. So yeah.
I would. Oops.
Shit.
You're good.
Jesus.
I would say if you step of the wind and jumped, you could probably like. I would say you'd have to jump and then make a separate athletics check because you could probably jump just high enough to grab the wall and then you'd have to haul yourself over.
I would accept that.
Okay.
And if it's bad, then fuck me, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna
Goblins will take care of that.
I'll get on a spoon. I'll have Niantai start shuffling down towards the wall, just looking like a goat.
Okay.
I'm sure goats turn up every once in a while. And maybe that'll help explain some of the scree that got knocked down. There's just some jackass goat out here hanging out.
Believable.
Just a fucking big dick goat.
I'll be on the spoon. You should take cover under something or around something. And, yeah.
Wait, is it dim light?
It's all lit by torches.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the fortress is, but the cliffside isn't.
The cliffside is dark, but every goblin has dark vision, so...
But I can turn invisible in the darkness.
True. You'd be
as long as I don't take an action or...
And dim light.
And
My
dim
strength
light.
score is 14, so we're just going to plug that in real quick.
And I would say that, being that this is the darkest part of the night, there's no aurora in the sky and everything's lit by periodic torchlight, it's dim light.
Yeah.
So you can be invisible.
I'll double up, that way I can shoot stuff.
Yeah, unless you stand right next to one of these braziers, you're in dim light.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.
Then so we all have a plan to get in if something goes really wrong, and I will try to be at the end of that 30-foot range for passing out trace on the spoon, so I can get as good a look as possible and be as close to it as possible.
That's the total monk. I know how.
All right, so you have a plan to react in case something happens.